In tonight's Health Alert, with all the different food label claims, how do you know what's really in the foods that you're feeding your family?
Our chief health editor, Dr. Nandi, is here to explain.
So grocery shopping can be confusing because there are so many food labeling terms. And you know what I'm talking about: low calorie, low sugar, reduced fat. While they do sound enticing, do these labeling terms really mean that the food is healthier? Or is it just a marketing ploy to get you to buy? Well, let's look at the products that say low sugar or reduced sugar. That likely means the manufacturer reduced the amount of table sugar and replaced it with non-nutritive sweeteners. These usually have very little calories and keep the food tasting sweet. The problem is that the research is still unclear, and artificial sweeteners, we don't know if they're good or bad for us. And food companies don't have to tell us how much they're adding to the product. So that's concerning for me because I have kids, and kids today are consuming more of these sweeteners than ever before. And if you have kids, like I do, you know that once they taste something super sweet, they're just going to want more of it. So what's important here is not those fancy marketing terms, but rather what's written on the nutrition facts panel and ingredient list. So that's right. If you really want to understand what's in your food, you need to read the actual food label. And here's what I want you to be aware of. Number one, if you can't pronounce the ingredient or recognize what it is, chances are, guess what? It's a chemical or highly manufactured. The second thing I want you to remember is the order of the ingredients is important. They're listed in order of quantity in descending order. So what's listed first will have the highest weight. And also know that sugar has many names and may be listed even twice. Watch for terms like corn syrup, agave nectar, barley malt syrup, or dehydrated cane juice. Lastly, my personal recommendation is, guess what? Just skip or cut back on processed foods. Instead, choose foods as close to their natural form as possible. Now, whole natural fresh foods are packed with nutrients, so there's no ingredient list that you have to decipher. For 7 Action News, I'm Dr. Nandi.